Good morning, Brad Holmes from Tai Chi Gold Coast. Special thanks to my trainer, Senior Master Rod Ferguson from the Australian Academy of Tai Chi and Qigong, and also special thanks to Samantha Hughes and her team from the Active and Healthy Citywide program, City of Gold Coast. I want to go through some interesting exercises this morning. I will go through Lohan 1, Lohan 2 as well. Key point is always simply just relax, imagine the shoulder width apart coming down, sinking back into posture. So toes forward, so we have that balance, forward and back, with our feet also on the inside and outside as well. We support the body from the upper through the middle to the lower. So sinking, sitting back in the body as well. So we sit directly down, we come directly up. Always like to do this exercise as well. So from the belly button we come up, we breathe in, coming up to the eyes and sinking back into posture. Very good breathing exercise, particularly good for opening up all the spaces from the discs, lengthening and projecting up through top of head. Calming the breath, calming the heart, calming and focusing the mind. And we can turn through the waist. So simply we rotate through the waist. Please do not lean over, otherwise we do create stress. Coming back into centre. Tai Chi and Qigong exercise is all about lifting and lowering. Opposite yet complementary, yin and yang. We turn to our right hand side. Coming back into centre, the breath starts from the diaphragm, it rolls through the internal organs, up into the chest, and we expand. We project. What you can do is just roll out the palms of the hands. You can extend through the palms and then extend through all the joints of the fingers, and then just simply just relax. And we breathe out. It's like we segmentedly breathe out all the way through the body. So we need that forward flowing breath to go out through the body, and then we can start the process. I always think of an S. It's like the symbol, the Tai Chi symbol, actually throughout the body as well. So it's constant flow. When we have constant flow throughout the body, we have life force. When we have stuckness, we have a prelude to death. Very simple exercises just to start your day. They awaken the body. They also help to produce the T cells, flooding into the bloodstream to help the immune system as well. So this builds, what I talk about is building that armour from within to protect you from without. Standing up, you can come up on the toes if you wish. Strengthen through the toes, strengthening through the feet, through the legs, projecting up through the spine as well. Very good for balance and coordination. So when we do go up, always suggest going down as well. Sinking back into posture, see how my hands come up, palms come up, emphasis is on the palms, the fingers, turning over the palms. When they go down, my body comes up, projects. Simple exercise to do as well. Hands come up, body goes down. Just to change that exercise again, I'm simply just going through some flow exercises here for you. Rolling over fingers. We're going to be doing a movement. Just to use the right hand for example, coming over and rolling over the wrist. It's plucking. It's like you're plucking a tissue, or you're plucking the car keys, or your hat, or your scarf, whatever, before you go out. So this is a very good exercise actually for all the joints within the fingers, within the wrist, encompassing the elbow, encompassing the shoulders. Any shoulder exercise is very good for the neck because we're looking that way. Okay. So we're going to be doing that one as well. Yep. Shoulders, just rolling back. So I will have an emphasis just actually on the closing exercises of Lohan 2, and then go through those slowly, and then we'll just go through the whole set. Picking up shoulders, rolling back, shoulders just coming forward. Filling the chest, emptying whole body, in fact. So what we're doing is actually emptying the body, condensing, contracting the body, so then it can expand. It can fill with fresh air again. Expanding, contracting, moving towards the back, pushing towards the back, pushing towards the front, lifting. See how we use this exercise quite a lot with my shoulders. With feet, by the way, you can expand out. You can just walk your feet out or walk your feet back in. If you'd like a slightly narrow stance, that's fine. If you want to change your stance, and I do suggest that. So we've got to be alive. We're not statues, we're human beings. So we've got to be lively, sinking back into posture, but with slow, gentle, safe movements. Expanding through the back. One of my favourite exercises is this one here. Extending and releasing. This is also particularly good for the muscles, tendons, ligaments, actually wrapping around bone, strengthening bone. It's also good for bone breathing as well. In other words, we expand the bone. So a living bone is porous, coming back. A living bone is porous, so it expands and contracts with movements as well. Pushing down. I think I'll come ahead. Okay. So, coming down to waist, figure eight. This is very good for the hips, very good for knees, very good for ankles. Very good for all the regions of the back as well, particularly the lower back, the lumbar region, and also winding down like a spring. Going the other way. Coming back into centre, transferring weight out the right hand side, and swivel with the left foot to there. I find this is a very effective exercise, particularly for the elderly as well, just sinking back into posture. Finding your centre line, which actually goes down, sinking down. You notice how both knees are bent. And with all the exercises they are, we swivel back, we place that foot down, making sure we have a safe foundation, transferring weight out the left hand side, and then we swivel with the right foot. It's like you go in this direction, you go, no, I don't want to go that way, I really want to go this way. So sinking back into posture. And we could also include a breathing exercise there as well. So from the belly button coming up to the eyes and sinking back. Always making sure that you get your feet right first, safe in position, because they set up that foundation for the rest of the body. And certainly for the exercise as well. Placing that heel down. One of my favourite exercises just for energy, for creating good energy, good circulation throughout the body. So we sink down. We project up. Imagine a string actually coming up the top of the head. In Mandarin, this is Beiwai. In the acupuncture points, governor vessel 20 or 20th point on the governor vessel, actually projecting up. So from here, just flop. We just look around the body. Turning from the hips, we're scanning. Our eyes are just scanning out. So arms just flop. We look over shoulders. Very good for warming the body in winter, but cooling the body in summer. This is probably the best exercise to start first thing in the morning. I just wanted to change things around this morning. And from there, we can progress. Slowing down the movements. Swinging arms can be a little bit more vigorous if you want, particularly in winter. But this is about weight transfer, just going from one side to the other. See how the hands are just projecting. The wildcat scans the horizon, looking out for food, looking out for danger. I imagine just opening and closing big doors, big sliding doors. And one of my favourite exercises as well, elbow just drops. See how we just look into the palm of the hand. I'll do it this side, just starting from this side. And we come over, and we roll. When you do sink down in a posture, you can actually turn a little bit more through the waist. The rotational aspects there. So it's if I just have my smartphone, I'm looking for the class. Oh, where do we go? So we're looking at Google Maps. When we come over to the side, as if we're holding a ball, and we roll the ball. Some people say, swapping a ball from one side to the other, from one hand to the other. And I quite agree with that too. So sink back into posture, flowing movement. And the fourth exercise I just want to emphasise as well is my left hand coming out to here. It's the movement. It's half the movement, or half the feature you might say. 3 rings embrace the moon. So we're looking at the outside of the hand here. The bottom hand scoops and gathers. To me it is pushing over a table or a chair, because we actually have. It's not forceful, but it's just in position. So we come over to our right hand side. And this is the Lohan, sweeps the floor. So we actually have 4 flowing movements here, which we can use just as warm-up exercises as well. Just do a couple more. Just slow. I'm deliberately just going to slow down the exercises. I know sometimes I'm a little bit too fast. I don't think all instructors are at times. We just get enthusiastic about it. So, anyway, those things happen. Okay, fingers particularly, rotating. Always think of Auntie Mabel's famous pickle jar. Pickles, you can't get, you're having trouble getting the lid open. So you notice how we do this exercise. Also Lohan one. And coming back. And it's the movement we actually transcend from the golden eagle spreads its wings to the warrior monk squats course. So coming back to here. You notice the movement of actually the hands just coming over. See how they just settle. They push down first. They rotate through the joints of the fingers, through the wrist. See how the hands just relax. And hands just come up, back of hands, nothing stiff, nothing tense, because we need to relax. When we're tense, we need to relax first and then move. When we're relaxed, we can move in one. So it actually saves you a movement. It's half the energy, and when we're only using a little bit of energy, and this is why I do suggest actually just going slowly, because when we are using just a little bit of energy, very easy to do. And this is towards the close. Sure. Love this particular movement, so I thought I'd just do this as a warm-up as well. So we sink back into posture. It's like offering a gift. To me, it's like offering water. And what we're doing is actually, in the palms of the hands, being very careful actually to project the water out in the palms of the hands, and then just release. See how the hands come back, projecting up with the palms. And we do this movement quite a lot. See how the elbows are strong. Nice and released, so elbows are not tense. They come out to the sides, we come out to the hand, the edge of the hand there, and this can be martial arts move with a strike or a block, or a double strike or a double block, and then we come back. And then we come into the close. Okay, so I want to come back to this particular movement here. Left hand comes over. This is the spiral wing dragon, 6th pearl. Hand comes up, and it's a block. Pushing up, we rotate back into centre, hand just comes down, sink back into posture, and then we project the hand out. Almost straight, but I always advise a little bit of a gap here, so we actually, the body's coming back, but we're projecting through the hand. So we project out. See how the body just turns? Anytime when we do go down, breathing out. Relaxing the body into such a way, such a state, so we just turn through the centre line. It's very natural, it's very easy to do that. When we do come up, we breathe in. So never holding your breath, please, so just projecting up, coming back into centre, so we breathe out, and we project out again. Do one more time. Spiral green dragon, 6th pearl. Now we normally do this exercise, we can do it once, I could have just done this one once, but we can do it once or 3 times. So the right hand just comes over to the left. So we turn through the body such a way, so that's the movement there. To go right, we actually go to our left hand side, and we come back and project down. Projecting out. Body supports the movement, coming out, turn through the body. We sink back into posture. Breathing in. So we gather, it's like gathering the chi, with gathering the energy. So when we do gather, we need to release. I find this is an excellent exercise just for flexibility alone. It works the 3 major muscle group areas, the upper, middle, also the lower areas of the body. It's a gentle massage, particularly for abdominals. Very good for backs. We need to be very gentle with backs, because backs support everything that we do. Anything from sitting to standing out of a sitting position, to walking, to running, to carrying things, to getting into awkward situations, as we all do. And we usually hurt ourselves, or have hurt ourselves in the past. So that's why I always say, the light, gentle Tai Chi and Qigong exercises are really reward for the body. We've done all the hard work, so why not reward yourself? Hands coming forward. The double dragon, thorax in the clouds. We project down, and this is like pushing down to project up. Lengthening and strengthening through the spine. We release. Hands coming out. Thumbs are pointing down, little pinkies are up. So when the hands go up, we sink back into posture to support, again, the movement. And hands just relax. I'm only stopping simply just to segment the movements as well. So every movement is actually an exercise within the exercise itself. And then we just come forward. I'll just do that one more time. Love the movements actually where we just breathe in. And we breathe out. In other words, it's just that moment, that effort to take it to there. and then we come back. We fill the body again, we project up, lengthen and project. Hands coming down, projecting up through the spine. Releasing. Coming forward. Coming to there. Okay. Shoulder width apart. This movement starts like 3 rings embrace the moon. So we simply just relax and we scoop, we gather. So you have the left hand comes up, left hand just spirals. It's like coming up through the inside of the spine. You spiral through the center line. That hand goes back because it is an axe. We're representing the Lohan, chopping the wood. So we want to have that momentum coming back for the strike coming forward. And it is a strike upon that hand, that part of the hand, and also a block. So it's a chop and a block simultaneously. We release. Breathing in as we come up. Breathing out. Okay, so we do that one once. Other side. So we hold the ball. The right hand pushes down, left hand pushes up. We rotate through the body. And we project out. Rotating through the waist, please. Low center of gravity. I do want to emphasize that. Pushing up with the palms. This is like the phoenix wings, or the wings of the phoenix. When we do come back, you see how my left hand is on the bottom, my right hand at the top. Relaxing into that position. When we turn over to the right hand side, it's very easy just to put the hands together, and now we're holding the ball. We release, we push down, we push up, we rotate. I always think of a table. Those tables, they just fold out. They come out, they've got the legs there, and then you have a vertical going into a horizontal. That's it, to here. And coming over. I think I had them as kids. This is the Lohan, reclines upon the pillow. Third time, we come back. My right hand goes down to here. My left hand comes up to here. So we push out. The easiest way to do this is we push out first. Excuse me. We push out first. We sink back in posture and we recline. Always think of that bottom hand actually having something tangible. Chair, table, piece of wall, piece of furniture, whatever. And coming down. Okay. And then we come back. Other side. Left hand goes down, that's it. Right hand goes up. We come over to our right hand side, we push. And you see how my left hand's on top, right hand is underneath. And that makes it easy to hold the ball actually on the left hand side. Turning, projecting. Sinking back into posture. This one, right hand just goes down, left hand comes up, and a push. So, projecting up first, rotating through the waist, and then projecting out. Very good for flexibility, particularly most people complain about their flexibility actually around the middle. Not holding your breath, but releasing. Okay, coming back. Alrighty, Sweeping the floor. I love this one too. Okay, so you notice how we start with a projection with our hands that's coming over. Shoulder width apart. My left hand in this case, the edge of that hand, you see how the right hand just sweeps across, it lifts. Left hand lowers. Now I have my right hand, it's basically in front of my chest, or in front of my eyes. So we do 1. We do 2. Come over a little bit further. We do 3. This is an extension. To me, this is relaxing. It's like weight transfer. We do 4. 4 is a neutral position. So just with feet together to there. We step out with that 5. Hands just go down to the side again. And we step back. So we do 1. Lifting and lowering. We do 2. We do 3. 4, we put our feet together, sinking back into posture, always sinking down, so just gives you that stability. 5, we step out with our feet together, again, swaying out to the side, or projecting out to the side I should say, and then we reset. We start again. So you can always start that movement again. Okay, with the Tibetan dance. So I'm going to need the aid of a chair here. The hand movements like this. When we come over on that on that left foot, we come over. Left hand is blocking up. So we sink back into posture. Right hand is coming up to here. We simply just go from one side to the other. So it is a flow. Project, release. Project, release. One side to the other. So we actually get the strength through our feet. Just sit. When I come over on my left hand side, sinking back into posture, easiest way is just to sink down in posture, have that low center of gravity, and place my right foot into the popliteal crease, and it's like the my left leg just closes over. It's like to me it's like a closed peg. Sinking back into posture, just to there. That right foot comes out. True test of the balance and coordination is it just touches the ground, but there's no weight upon it. And then we place the foot down. We come over, placing the foot to there. Then we do the movements. Placing that left foot down. Again, we get the sway through the hands. We progressively come over in such a way, and I feel best to actually enclose that foot first, and that way I feel safe coming up to here. The Tibetan dance. Doing the foot movement first. I shouldn't forget. Coming out to here. And you don't have to hold this for a long period of time. It is about connecting. Tai Chi and Qigong exercise is about connecting through the body. The whole body is involved. It's whole body exercise. I know a lot of people look at the exercises, or any exercise for that matter, and say, oh, they're just doing this. Only those muscles are incorporated, or only those parts of the body are incorporated. If you only do that, then you find disconnection, or discoordination in the rest of the body. So this is why it's whole body involvement. Sinking back. It's a little bit too ambitious there. And then coming back. Tibetan dance. Okay. And this one. We scoop, we gather. So the movement we do with the warrior scoops water. So this is ensuring we have good body balance, we have good centering coming up through the legs, through the whole body. We come up to here, we transfer our weight out the right hand side, we step out. You can step behind, you can step aside. I'm just going to step to here, placing the incense in the urn. So, having a relaxed body as we just come down. Now, if you wish, you can come up, bringing that leg up, stepping out. Again, we just place the foot on the floor, and then we just progressively bring over the weight. Bringing the other foot back in, we scoop. Transferring weight out the left hand side, we turn the toes out with the right foot as well. Coming back, placing the foot. So in this case, what I'm going to be doing is actually placing the foot to there and also just turning into the centre as well. I'm not going to do big movements here, but I'm just going to step out and come back into centre. Placing the incense into the urn. Okay. Scoop. Second time. Third time we form close soft fists. We come up, we project out, pushing out to the sides, we release. So my right hand just to here, knuckles just to there, and then what you can do, you can come out with the palm, emphasize with the palm, or come out with the thumb. First finger, pointer finger there. This area here needs to be exposed. It's like when we come out with the Lohan. Focuses the chi. So pushing out, the projecting. So what we have here is the tiger's mouth. So it is that projection throughout the body. Coming out to there, we release. This is the warrior, bends the bow. Two. To there. And then we go through the close. So we sink back into posture. We have that projection up. And it's like the movement we just did before. Hands is coming up, projecting up. Releasing. Oh, coming back. Coming back to here, that's right. Think of another exercise. I usually think of two at a time. Most instructors do too. And then monk in meditation. I'm in the Qi. Okay, let's go through that again. So, we start with feet together. Please have a break if you need. By all means, I just don't need a break myself. I have a drink afterwards. That's just me. Okay, so feet together like this. We step out with our left foot to the right foot. Martial greeting. This is a story about the professional warrior. Needed to change his ways. About self-respect, gaining self-respect within the community, and respecting and appreciating other people. So first of all, he had to subdue the tiger. Had to leave the past behind. And in that process, he becomes monk in meditation. Transferring weight out the right hand side, stepping out, only going out as far as what you feel comfortable, just come over a little bit further. And always making sure that you secure that safe foundation first. Golden eagle spreads its wings. Three rings embrace the moon. So what we have here, I always feel this represents the rib cage. So this is like an exoskeleton to me. The ribs here. So we breathe in and out. Pushing down. Bringing the hands closer as well. And then projecting out. You can extend the breath if you wish. Three rings embrace the moon. I turn to my left hand side and gather again. Coming back into center. And we turn to our right hand side. We transfer weight over the left hand side. We have the projection going up. With this hand here, we're focusing upon the outside of the hand and pushing up. It's a block with our left hand. You can always use this position just to sit and to relax. We transfer weight over the right hand side and we have that aspect as well, pushing out. Adjusting the feet, turning through the body. So rotating through the body. Easiest way is just to sink back into posture. Coming down with my left hand sitting in my left hip, my right hand just pushing down. I'm looking out through my left shoulder. We push back, we push out as if we're pushing back against the wall to come back into center. And this is really just a checking position here. We transfer weight out to the left hand side and we focus to our right. That allows us to adjust our feet. I like to adjust my back foot first, then my front foot, and then a turn through the body. So my right hand is sitting on my right hip, left hand is sitting out in front, push back on the heel, pushing out, and coming back into centre. Hands coming towards the back. You can always massage this area. If you feel cold in the morning, I always suggest that this area called Ming Men, right gate in Mandarin, Ming Men, but physically massaging the kidneys as well. And also what we're doing is actually massaging the colon meridian here, namely colon 4, that high point, actually if you put your hands together, that high point there, if you palpate that clockwise, very effective for headaches, and that point there, plus the end of the crease here on the elbow, colon 11, very good for constipation, very good for lung, colon, large intestine. So from here, transferring weight over my left hand side, and that allows me to adjust my back foot, and then my front foot, and then turn from the waist, please. If you have any stomach disorders, please don't take your head lower than your stomach or even adjacent to it. But we project up from the heel, projecting up all the way through the spine to the top of the head. And we sink back into posture. Allowing the hands to come down, but we also just project them down in such a way so that they actually help the movement coming back up and pushing out to the sides. Hands coming back. And wild horse drinks water to our right hand side. Hands coming around. Again, gentle massage throughout the body. Sinking down posture, you can always use this movement actually to strengthen through the back. So projecting the hands down. In fact, that's just an exercise within itself. I just digress there. I use this one often in class. So hands just coming down, we just release. And then coming back. So that's very good for the back. You want a very gentle exercise to the back. You're afraid you're going to hurt yourself with any exercise through the back. This is the one I would recommend. Simple. Projecting the hands down, we extend through the joints of the fingers, through the wrist, and then we simply just relax. Great exercise to do. Very, very easy to do. You only need this much space. So coming down to here. And again, hands just coming over. Imagine you're holding onto a tree or a pillar around a barrel. What we're doing is actually encompassing the whole, the roundness. So the roundness is actually encompassed within the hands. And this is like 3 rings embrace the moon, because it is that projection coming out. We have the first ring here, we have the second ring encompassed here, we have the third ring encompassed within relaxed, curved, supportive legs. And that's the 3 rings. So from here, we push down, we roll the hands over. And again, we have that movement. We have that projection. It's like the exoskeleton coming out. We bring the hands back. We focus the hands out, and we project out with the fingers. And you can use this as a close, medium, and also a far eye movement to actually project out through the hands. See how we push out through the back of the hands. We look out, and we come back. breathing out. This is the warrior monk, opens the temple gates, and we look out to our right hand side, coming out to here. From here we can form the Lohan hand, coming out from here. When we do come out, it's a rolling fashion. That's what I was thinking of just then. Rolling out the hands. Body comes back, we project out with the palm. Sinking back into posture. See how we roll back? We release. Right hand comes up, and rolling forward. So we focus. We project, we activate, we release. I'm just doing this again. Left hand first, right hand second. Coming out, a little bit of a gap here. So shoulders back, hand projects forward. There's a point where we just can't go any further. Relaxing both hands. So we always need to relax, to focus, to project, to activate. Hands come back, we come back into center, adjusting the feet again. Oh, left hand first. Forgot which side I was on. Right hand. Both hands together. Coming back. Hands coming over, we come back into center, left hand first. We have right hand. We have both hands together. We bring the hands back. We want to go over to our left hand side first. This always reminds me of the 8th exercise from Shibashi 1, where there's gazing at the moon. But hands has come up to here. Again, in that Lohan hand position. So we focus on going to our left hand side. When we come over to our right, we transfer the weight out to the right hand side, open up the left foot to there. See how my left hand is down? To here. Right hand comes over. It's like I've got an itchy shoulder. I always think that. So we actually project more to our left hand side, so we get the extension going to our right. And then hand swap over. In a relaxed position again, we scan the horizon. Hand comes back. This is dragon, whips its tail. Come back into center. Hand comes over. And we come back into center. And from here I'm going to do the close. So this is usually the close from Lohan 2. So we project out. Again, projecting out with the hands, we come back. Push up. Hands coming back. And we do this movement many times. To me, it's like the mini close until we do the actual close itself. Coming back into center. This is the second time we do monk in meditation. And I always suggest actually using this as a relaxation station. So again, you can adjust your feet if you find that's a little bit too wide, come in. I personally like to just come out. I like to come out at different degrees. And that way it gives you a little bit more experience. It's a different activation through the feet as well. I'm not talking about tension, but I'm talking about activation. So you can sit a little bit further. If you're used to sitting at this position, I suggest just coming down a little bit further. And even just holding that, and just coming down a little bit further again. And you notice how I use that as a warm-up exercise, as a preparation exercise when I do the lotus. So it is about preparing the body. It's preparing the body for relaxation as much as activity. So we can sit. You can always use this as a meditation exercise as well. And the fast flows, up, coming up and coming through the body. Whenever you're heady, congested, angry, just out of sorts, mentally, physically, emotionally, calming through the body, decongesting the mind, dispersing the energy all the way through. At any point, you can also simply just relax, rest, and become aware of your body. Understand how your body works and how to work with it, please. We step back with the left foot, we step back with the right. And that is about completion. For the warrior to be the enlightened and changed monk. Sinking back into posture. Okay, I'm going to go through the lotus. I'll go through the lotus a couple of times because it's a very easy exercise to do. Excuse me. So, shoulder width apart. And this is the exercise I was speaking of before. Shoulder width apart, you can come out a little bit further if you wish. Key point is to balance. Balance evenly throughout the body. So coming down. I like to put hands here on the quadriceps. That way people do feel the movement. They feel the activity through the legs. They probably haven't felt that before. Secondly, we establish low centre of gravity. Thirdly, most importantly, I think, is to establish a safe environment for each and every one of us. So we have that sure-footedness. So the feet are actually, in my case, actually going out through the shoes, I should say, and spreading out. I'm going to ignore that. Sorry. I'm going to ignore that. Come up. Pushing out. So we get that projection up through the feet, through the legs, through the whole body. Relaxing the breath. All the way through. Waving arms in the air, the horse riding stance. And again, we have a gentle massage. You can massage big men, go into there, spend your time doing that. It's well worth the time. Physically around the kidneys, sink back into posture. We project. And this is the movement we've done a few times too. Projecting through our head, holding on the shoulders, squeezing the shoulders to project as much stowaway out of the body. We breathe in as we come back out. Turtle treads water. Snow rabbit digs the earth. Scooping fresh spring water, pouring upon the land. The lotus flower blooms out of the sky. Working all the joints of the fingers and the wrists, particularly love this exercise, where you can actually count the joints if you wish. The reins fall down. The crops grow towards the sky. Coming up on the toes is optional. We do project up. For as far as what you wish, for as long as what you wish. And that's very good for the toes, very good for the legs, very good for balance and coordination, very good for circulation alone. The left hand gathers in the palm. Turn waist, push hands or to push the door. We come up to centre line as we breathe in, we sink back into posture, and we push over the other side. Pressing the wind. From the belly button, we lift the sky, coming up to the eyes. Roll over hands to press the earth. This is where we sink down, so bend the waist, bend the knees, please. Always be very gentle with those joints. When we do come down, please don't lean over. Coming down directly, and that way we're gathering the body. It's like a concertina, we're compressing. So we scoop, we gather, and that's a good exercise for picking up something very heavy. Coming up to the waist, releasing again. So you have the body, we have the motion there. This is what we did in Lohan too. With the monk reclining upon the pillow. Ah, yes, it is, to there. So pushing down with the right hand, pushing up with the left. Elegant white crane spreads its wings in the one sun. This is one of the best diagonal stretches across the chest and also across the back. So please do not disregard this exercise. This is a great one. In fact, I often do this and just release and then just push again. Last two exercises. Slow rapid takes the earth. And we start the form, we finish the form with waving arms in the air in the horse running stance. I'm going to go through that again. I'll just go through quietly, see how many exercises you can remember. So, simple form is just simple relaxation exercises, simply just to roll the shoulders back. I often incorporate that in the warm-up as well. I'm Brad Holmes, Tai Chi Gold Coast. Thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next. Thank you kindly.